What's up, it's Tom. Thanks for clicking on this video. And these guys you see, these names above me, these Twins prospects, these are apparently my guys, I guess. These are the guys: Austin Martin, Charlee Soto, Danny Andrade, Yunior Severino, Pierson, and Simeon Richardson. Those are the 6 players in my Twins top 20 that I have higher than basically anybody else. That's what this chart is above me here, showing my ranking of these players, and then each of the rankings from Keith Law, Aaron Gleeman, both of The Athletic, MLB Pipeline, Baseball America, and Baseball Prospectus. So I am higher on these guys than all 5 of those other sources. Of course, there are many other Twins prospect lists out there. Those are just ones I grabbed for this video. Quick note on why I didn't include Twins Daily is that actually my rankings are part of the Twins Daily list. They factor into the Twins Daily rankings. I don't think it's any coincidence that Aaron Gleeman, the guy on this list who follows the Twins closest, was the only other person to even rank Pierson Ole. I've even seen write-ups that reference Ole sitting 89-90 still from this off season when he was touching 96-97 at the end of the year and sitting 93-94. So I just think reports are a little bit behind on him in particular. I'm not too surprised by this group of names, I suppose. I guess it does surprise me that Yunior Severino doesn't get a bit more love. I know he's kind of sold as a one-tool guy with the crazy power, led all the minor leagues in home runs last year. But I think he doesn't do anything incredibly well other than that. So he does have the one carrying tool, doesn't make a lot of contact, strikes out a lot. But I think he's a lot more usable in the field, and I think he moves around pretty well. I don't think he's just this like DH only, destined to not even play first base type guy. I think second base isn't going to happen. I've seen him make some good plays at third. I don't know if I would put myself out there as to say, this guy's a major league caliber third baseman, because it seems like that bar seems to be climbing. So I do think that is a stretch. But he's a guy who could play there. You're not going to be turning it to him as an everyday guy or anything like that. I should mention, too, if you want to see all my rankings, this references these 6 guys. Check out the zine. We're going to win issue 2, the Prospect Edition. This includes my top 50 for the Twins prospects, so I'm going all the way to 50 in this thing, write-ups on each of them. Again, we're going to win 2024 Prospect Edition, issue number 2. I'll put a link to that down in the description. Check that out. And you can get that for $5 plus $1.50 shipping, so pretty affordable there. A lot of these guys, too, I should add, I've done videos on this off-season. I was basically begging people, don't completely give up on Austin Martin. The hate has gone too far, I think was the title of that one. And it was encouraging for me to see that Keith Law and Aaron Gleeman both are still kind of keeping Martin as an elevated prospect, just only a spot behind me. So again, that's also a good point that not all of these rankings are so totally outside of where I had guys. So yeah, Law and Gleeman were close, but MLB Pipeline 15th, Baseball America 10th, Baseball Prospectus 17th. So Austin Martin has really slid down. Charlee Soto I have as the number 1 Twins pitching prospect in my list. I knew that wasn't going to be, I was confident that wasn't going to be anybody else's take, and it wasn't. But Keith Law and MLB Pipeline and Baseball Prospectus all have him in the top 7. Now, perhaps some of these, I believe, were up before the Gabriel Gonzalez trade, and he is not included in there with those rankings, so take that with a grain of salt as well when looking at these. Danny Andrade, yeah, I'm very high on Danny Andrade. Had him at number 7. Keith Law has him in the top 10, though, number 9, and Baseball Prospectus does as well. So he has his fans. I think I called him the budget Brooks Lee in this thing. I think that's a good comp for him because he's just got a lot of tools. Nothing maybe super loud, but he just has a nice wide tool set and is showing a lot for a guy who was a 19-year-old in the Florida State League. So I think there's a lot more ceiling there than some other publications haven't quite accounted for. And of course, he was a big profile international signing. So I guess it kind of surprised me that not more places have more steam on Andrade. I'm really looking forward. Maybe one of the guys I'm most looking forward to seeing this upcoming season playing for Cedar Rapids. We already talked about Severino. We already talked about Pierson. Simeon Woods Richardson. We're seeing it a bit this spring, but that was sort of, I was holding on hope, that he ended last season pitching pretty well. The velocity hadn't come back, but he was still effective in AAA for a big, long stretch to end the season. And then there's always the thing in the back of your mind. The guy's still young. He's really young to be in AAA. And it's always been in the back of my mind, like, what if we start seeing 94s and 95s again? Because that's what he was kind of reportedly topping out at the year before the Twins acquired him. And kind of that season, the velo kind of wasn't ramping up like it was. We haven't seen it really since the Barrios trade. His velo has been pretty, not impressive. It's not like 93 is lighting up the gun, but that's what he's sitting in spring training, and that's huge after he sat 91-90 last season. And again, was still effective at AAA with that velocity. This guy's got a good slider and a really good changeup. So I think, I was kind of holding out hope that maybe some of that would come back, and that's reflected in my ranking. I knew everybody was going to move him out. I moved him down too. So it's not like I didn't move him way down my list year over year. But you can see here some of these other publications don't even have him ranked. 30th on Gleeman's list, 30th on Baseball America's list, and 24th on Pipeline. That's the highest anybody else has him. I have him as 18 for Woods Richardson. So again, it's not like I've completely held on to all my previous beliefs on what he can be, but I'm excited about how he's looked this spring. We should say that it's been short outings. It's earlier in the year. Who knows how that's going to progress and what's going to happen there, but certainly encouraging to see so far. So again, if you're interested in the Prospect Zine, check out my Ko-fi page. There's also a membership program on there where for $2 a month, you're going to get an extra video from me every single week on Monday. Every first Monday of the month, I talk about my prospect list updates. So definitely check that out if you're interested in further supporting the channel. Thank you so much. We'll talk again soon.